I'm not interested in talking about any of these teams for any more than right there. I know Aaron Rodgers on one of them. Don't care. Bryce Young, 98th best player in the league. Sweet. Anybody checked on Daniel Jones' Achilles? Do they have a plan otherwise?
And Anthony Richardson still on the team.
QB battle in Atlanta.
Atlanta quarterback battle. Yeah, there we go. There's our coverage of those 4 teams for the year. Okay.
See? Atlanta Falcons fans. Carolina Panthers fans. Do you see why I put so much effort into creating content for teams like the Falcons? Don't you understand why I'm constantly pleading, please, Atlanta Falcons fans, subscribe and watch the full-length video? That's precisely why I'm so grateful when you guys do. You Falcons fans always thank me in the comments for making videos, and I truly appreciate that. But this is exactly why I ask you to subscribe, to watch the full video, to do both simultaneously, because it creates an avalanche effect of views and subscribers that allows me to keep producing Atlanta Falcons content. Nick literally said, I don't want to cover them. I don't want to cover them. On the rare occasion they do get coverage, or if they're mentioned in a different segment, I can turn that into a video. A segment like this is exactly what inspires me to do that. And again, I understand first things first. I'm not calling Nick out or any mainstream show out because they have different rules to follow. It's a very different structure for them. I'm just a random guy on YouTube. So it's just different. I understand why a show like First Things First is going to lean heavily on the Chiefs, the Bills, the Eagles. I get it. I'm not knocking it. Colin has talked about this in the past, and it's one of the things I respected most about him. He said, I make a show for ratings. That's what I do. That's why I talk 80% football and why there are tons of Cowboys segments. T.S., they're really popular. I really appreciate that honesty. I really do. But what that's done is inspire me to cover every single team. I want to make as much Atlanta Falcons content as I can, and Panthers content, and Titans content. That's what I want to do. Now, unfortunately for teams like the Falcons, it's harder because there aren't enough people watching those videos in a concentrated area. So you get lower views, and YouTube thinks no one cares about that video, so it doesn't gain traction. For someone like me who covers all the teams, it's different because I'll make a Falcons video and on the same day also make Eagles, Bills, and Chiefs videos. YouTube will see those are more popular and push the Falcons video aside. I keep trying to find ways through that, but it really comes down to you guys actually subscribing and watching. It's also about presenting a better experience for you. Obviously, I want all the views and subscribers. It'd be a dream to have every video get over 100,000 views and have millions of subscribers, be the Mr. Beast of sports. That would be fantastic. Overwhelming, but amazing. I'm not going to deny that. But it's also so important to me to deliver an experience you guys want to be part of. Being able to make Falcons videos and have the comment section blow up, the comment per view ratio here is through the roof compared to other major YouTube channels. The sheer amount of engagement we get is awesome. We're having better conversations, better discussions, better back and forth. That's why I talk about building a community. That's what I hope to deliver for a team like the Falcons, lingering on them for more than 30 seconds. Even if NFL Live, The Herd, or any of these shows talk about them, I want to give them an actual 15 to 20-minute segment like the Bills and Eagles get. Or if they're not being covered at all, I want to find ways to cover them, make post-game videos, all that stuff. Or if they do get a random second of coverage, turning that into a full segment, whether through Tears, The Mountain, or because Nick or Wilds make some joke comment. I enjoy being able to deliver all of that. It excites me. I watched this clip originally and made a whole video about it, covering all the teams. As soon as he had that take about these teams being boring, I knew instantly, this is why I push so hard. This is why I try my best to make these types of videos. The Falcons and Panthers, I know you guys aren't the best of friends, but there's a lot of similarity in being forgotten teams in forgotten divisions. I'm trying to break through that significantly. This coming season, if each video is averaging 10,000 views and 200 comments, completely made up numbers, I want the Falcons to have that too. I don't want them to be off to the side. I don't want to be like, the Bills videos are doing great, the Chiefs videos are doing great, the Eagles videos are doing great, and then the Falcons, yeah, I'm making videos, but they're getting 2,000 views and 10 comments. No, I want it to be the same experience. I talk about how shows like First Things First and The Herd have a responsibility to tell people what's worth watching because not everyone watches all the games. They don't have access to all the teams. It's their responsibility to tell the casual viewer what's interesting, what the narratives are. The average person doesn't know there's a quarterback competition with Michael Penix and Tua. They're just not that locked in. I bet there are more fans than you realize who say, Tua's with the Falcons? I didn't know that. When did that happen? That type of fan makes up a big part of the NFL and even of watching these shows. So I take it as my responsibility to explain why we should care about the Falcons, or why we shouldn't. What's actually interesting there? What should we look forward to? What's the narrative worth discussing? Is it time to move on from Penix? Time to extend Tua? Are both quarterbacks not going to work? Whether it's positive or negative, it's trying to figure out the reality of the situation. Not every conversation has to be through the lens of winning the Super Bowl. If they can't win it, there's still plenty to discuss. I don't see it that way. When I first started getting locked into all these shows, before I was making videos, I'd watch them all the time, but more passively because I wasn't making content. It made me realize how lucky a collection of teams are. Eagles fans, Bills fans, Chiefs fans, you're really lucky that you get to turn on the TV every single day and your team is being discussed everywhere, all day, every day. If you're a Falcons fan, you can be just as passionate as an Eagles fan, yet you turn on these shows you love and your team is just never discussed. That's a bummer. A genuine bummer. And again, I don't blame them. A show like First Things First, The Herd, Get Up, First Take, they can't cover every single team every single day. Monday comes around, they can't do it. I can't even do it. I can't make 32 videos, YouTube would tell me I'm making too many. So it's about finding that balance, trying to stick that landing of putting this all together. I'm still playing around with ideas. I want to make more post-game videos than I ever have. I try to limit it to 3 per batch of games, the first batch, second batch, and prime time, because I want to watch all the games. If I watch too many at once, I don't really know what I'm talking about, and I don't like that feeling. I don't like not having a deep understanding. So I usually limit it to 3, but I'm playing around with staggering some games so I can pause them, especially in key moments, to understand what's happening. Maybe having a handful of individual post-game clips, then a long-form video on Sunday night going through all the games. I'm open to suggestions. Even a segment like this with Nick talking gets me fired up. It makes me excited because it reminds me I have an opportunity. Why to deliver something that isn't necessarily there? In a world where seemingly everything is already there, every story has already been told, and there's no shortage of YouTubers talking about the Falcons or the Bears or whatever team, I still think the opportunity to deliver something in a unique way is potentially there. That's what I'm trying my best to do. But those are just my thoughts. I don't know why my voice got so high and why I screamed as loud as I did. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about having no desire to talk about a team like the Atlanta Falcons? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment. Whether you agree with me or disagree, let's get into some discussions, get into some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. Please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, it really does help with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.